Thursday, October 23rd, and we get a fantastic matchup in the NFL between the Chargers and the Vikings, and I have the best plays all cooked up in this video. You are going to get my 4 favorite player props on the day, along with my favorite 2 players to get into the end zone on Thursday, and we're following that all up with the Sportsbook play of the day. Who's going to win, who's going to lose, the unders, the overs, all of that in this video. So make sure you're paying attention, make sure you're locking in, and get ready to make some money.
Sub to the channel, we drop picks on the daily, dropping knowledge every day, and you don't have to pay me, we just keep stacking wins while the rest moving lazy.
Before we get rocking and rolling, gang, and going through all of these bangers that I have cooked up for Thursday Night Football, I need you to go ahead, smash that like button, show support for the channel for absolutely free, get this video out in the algorithm on everybody's YouTube homepage so they can see this, make money with us, and join the team. And next, make sure you're subscribed. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. If you haven't already, smash that subscribe button. You won't want to forget this channel. We make money just about every single day, cooking up plays, cashing out. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss a free play drop. And the single most important thing that you can do, and I don't say this lightly, for your wallet, for yourself, get over to Winible. My buddy Stan down below in the description has everything that you need. You can get over there, join the free plan. I hand out free bangers over there just about every day, because every day we get 200 likes. So in this video, if we get 200 likes on this video, once again, I'll hand out a bonus play in which we cashed on Wednesday. The bonus play cashed. Now the video play still cooking. I'm going to be straight up with you. John Collins was listed as a starter, and he's on the bench, riding the bench. He's getting some minutes. He's got 2 points. There's plenty of time. He still could cash. Jose Alvarado hasn't even entered the game, which is actually a good thing, because now if he enters the game, they're a little bit behind. It's a back-and-forth game. I don't see him getting in at this point, so that's a good thing because he will void. Again, I can only go off of what they're telling me right now. There's no real data, and I am a data analytical sports bettor that is extremely successful month in and month out, week in and week out. People have made tons of money on this channel. Saturday, we cashed a 10X. I'm not going to go all over that again for you guys ad nauseum, because everybody that knows, everybody that's been here, they already know what's going on, and that's why they keep coming back, because we keep winning. We win more than we lose, so hopefully that play cashes for us, and we have the Sportsbook play of the day as well, cruising along. Premium is having a fantastic night, cashing play after play, a lot of half greens already, so it's looking up. NBA's back. It's cooking. We're here for it. NHL is back cooking, and we're here for it. But we got football. We love football, and we have Thursday night football between, like I said, the Chargers and the Vikings. And I think this matchup is going to be fantastic. Even with Carson Wentz behind center, I still think that there is going to be points to be had, plays to be cashed. So make sure you're paying attention. But what I do have to point out, guys, I just noticed something. Sunday is tight end day. I am the biggest fan of that position. That's my favorite position in the NFL. I study those guys a little bit harder. Sometimes I spend a little bit too much time looking over them, more than I probably should. Now, I spend hours and hours doing research, so there's plenty of time to go around to study everybody, but the tight end's got a special place in my heart. If you were here last week for Thursday Night Football, you already know what we did. I'll talk about it again for anybody who hasn't been here, but we destroyed the books. But I want to show you guys, because I don't know how many of you guys have been rocking with me for a whole year, but this is what we did last year on tight end day. Perfectly crafted, cooked up to perfection, 82x cash, $100 into $8,200. I fully expect to have a monster day on Sunday. I cannot wait. I couldn't be more excited. This is literally my favorite sports betting day in the NFL season, tight end Sunday. I am so excited. I'm so pumped. I really can't even contain it. But I cannot wait to cook up some bangers for you guys containing tight ends. We'll have a tight end touchdown parlay. We'll have a tight end safety play. We'll have tight end yard plays. It's going to be great. We're probably going to cash about 90% of them. Nobody's perfect, but we will have great success. And we will hopefully get another 82x banger on the day on Sunday. I could not be more excited. I'm already diving in, finding the matchups that I love. We're going to pinpoint this perfectly, and we are going to cash out. And this is what I was talking about last Thursday Night Football. We cashed, well, a member listening to the video put Pat Fryermuth in for 2 touchdowns and made $10,000. Then we had this play as well, Pat Fryermuth, T. Higgins. This was a premium play last Thursday, and this was the video touchdown score last Thursday. And I'm pretty sure, honestly, I do these every day. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, 98% sure, that we swept the video last Thursday. I'd have to go back and check, but I know we had a monster night in premium in the free plan. It was pandemonium, and we're going to bring it back for Thursday Night Football once again in this matchup. I absolutely love this matchup. Now, on paper, these two teams have great defenses, and they do, but there's some hidden gems in this game. There's also some key indicators that things are going to happen, and we're going to talk about them in this video. But before we do, I have to mention this so that you guys can come win with us. Get on the VIP premium plan. Use code TIGHTEND, TIGHTEND, no space. And there's also ways to get in there once you're in the free winnable. Use code TIGHTEND. The first 20 people that use that will get $100 off the week pass. So you'll get Thursday Night Football to Thursday Night Football, Sunday, tight end day. It's going to be amazing. So make sure you take advantage. There's only 20 slots. I can't have everybody in there because if I do, then the tight end odds when we lock them in, because there's thousands of us, literally about 2,000 of us right now in premium. So if we lock in these tight end plays, those lines are going to go to absolute dog shit if everybody hops in. And it happens. It happened before. So I'm only limiting this to 20 people. So hopefully you're one of the lucky ones. You get over there fast. Grab a spot in the week pass. Code tight end, $100 off. Now let's get into these plays. Like I love this fucking matchup. I love it. Let's talk about it. Let's go over it. Justin Herbert over 34.5 pass attempts is comically low, and I am here for it. I love him in this game to get close to 40, if not over 40 in this matchup. Now I know Minnesota pass attempts against, they rank second in the NFL, but Justin Herbert and the Chargers have almost a non-existent rushing game right now. The front seven of Minnesota is a lot better than the secondary. I fully expect him to go cruising over this number of 34.5. This line should really be at like 37, 38.5. I feel a little bit more comfortable with the books doing a good job, but 34.5, are you kidding me? We're taking this all day long. As you can see here, he's done it in just about every game this season. The only exception here was the first two. They're reason into the season, right? And then I really started probably like week 3. And as you can see, 4 of his last 5, except against Washington. Nothing to really do with the defense. Yes, they rank 11th in secondary. They just had a really bad game that week. And as you scroll down here, you excuse me, you can see the teams that didn't go over their pass attempt. Jake Browning. They're going to avoid putting the ball in his hands. Aaron Rodgers, that's a run-first, run-heavy Steelers team. Dylan Gabriel went over this line because they are dog shit and were playing from behind. And Jalen Hurts, until this week, was really not doing anything. The offensive coordinator wasn't using him at all. He had a phenomenal Sunday. I fully expect him to have a good rest of the season. I am not a Jalen Hurts hater, even though I'm a Giants fan. I think he's a good quarterback. I'm not going to talk shit about him at all. But as you can see here, all the other quarterbacks went under. Dylan Gabriel's the only one that went over. And Jake Browning's dog shit. Aaron Rodgers is on a run-first team. Jalen Hurts, they have Saquon. They were trying to implement that. The offensive coordinator was holding him back. He finally opened him up because they lost a couple games. And I fully expect them to throw the ball all over the field on Thursday. 34.5 is just too low. We're taking that all day long. So give me Justin Herbert here over 34.5 pass attempts. And then we're pairing him up with Ladd McConkey. This is a perfectly correlated pairing here. Ladd McConkey over 4.5 receptions. I absolutely love it. And like I was saying, the defense here on Minnesota, they rank 5th in receptions allowed, which is very good. They rank number 1 in the NFL in receptions allowed, but there's a big, big but. Now, before we get to that but, as you can see, Ladd McConkey, reception magnet. He doesn't get a ton of yards in every game, but he does get a ton of receptions, constantly going over this line. Herbert's always looking for him out of the slot over the middle. Now, he'll only probably get 40, maybe 50 yards in this matchup, but he will get 6 to 7 receptions, clearing this 4.5 with ease. And here is the but. Now, as you can see here, Devontae Smith went off. He's the wide receiver 2, had a massive game. A.J. Brown went under, only 4 receptions. Think of this as a Devontae Smith being Ladd McConkey and A.J. Brown being Quentin Johnson. That is how I look at that matchup, right? And then we go down here. We go to Cleveland. They don't even have a real true one. I mean, I guess you could say Jerry Jeudy is, but he's having a horrible year. They have Dylan Gabriel, a bad rookie quarterback. Not even worried about them not making it. DK Metcalf, a stud, got 5 receptions. And then even though Jamar Chase only got 5 and has that X on there, that's because his line was set at 5.5 because he's Jamar Chase. I love in this matchup Ladd McConkey to have a phenomenal game in the receptions department. We're not taking his yards. He's going to be targeted. He's going to be catching the ball, and he demands on the field 66% target share, one of the highest in the NFL. And on top of that, 62% of the plays that the Chargers run are passing. So that's great all around for this correlation with the pass attempts and the receptions to Ladd McConkey. So that probably on all of Thursday Night Football is easily my favorite correlated pairing. I mean, it's only 2 different teams, right? So there's not a ton of correlated pairings out there, but this one is top notch. Even if it was on a full slate of Sunday, I would lock this one in every single time. So I love Herbert with those pass attempts, and I love Ladd McConkey here over 4.5 receptions. Next, we're taking TJ Hawkinson here over 24.5 receiving yards. Now, the Chargers, they have a pretty good defense. They do very well against the tight end as well, ranking 6th in the NFL right now. TJ Hawkinson has been used since, week 3, every single game, clearing this. He's had a couple touchdowns as well, had a couple touchdowns that were catches that weren't called catches. But nonetheless, I love TJ Hawkinson. I told you I'm the tight end whisperer. 24.5 is laughably low as well. We absolutely love that line. And he got 43 against Philadelphia, who ranked 16th, 38 against Cleveland, whose defense is much, much better than the Vikings, ranking 4th there. Now, 32nd, Pittsburgh. Their defense was supposed to be the cream of the crop this year, and they literally rank last in the league. Their secondary needs a ton of work. And then 49 against the Bengals. That's a gimme game right there. Everybody's getting yards against the Bengals defense. But as you can see here, this is what I really wanted to show you guys. Theo Johnson, the Giants. Theo Johnson, if you remember, I had a couple touchdowns. A lot of the tight ends did in that game. The Giants won that game. They played very, very well. Theo Johnson just didn't have a ton of yards. He was more of a red zone option. Zach Ertz, 0. So he just wasn't targeted, wasn't really used in the game yet. Plus, he's really turned on the last couple weeks. So it's fully expected that on the 5th of October, all those weeks ago, he got 0. He really wasn't being used at all. He might have even been banged up in that game, if I remember correctly. You have Darren Waller, who was just stepping back onto the field into the NFL, wasn't really being used yet. Julian Hill, his counterpart on the Dolphins, did go over this line, and the Dolphins are absolute dog shit, and they still got it done. Tua still found his tight end over the middle. And then Tyler Warren, really the best on this whole entire list with the maybe Zach Ertz. Well, Tyler Warren's better than Zach Ertz, but Zach Ertz is a good tight end. He just wasn't used in that game. Like I said, he might have been banged up. I'd have to go back and look at the data on Zach Ertz specifically, but I wasn't studying him because he's not playing on Thursday night. So he could have been banged up in that game. I know Darren Waller was just getting back. Julian Hill, not even talked about, not really relevant, went over his line. And then Tyler Warren, cream of the crop, probably top 2 tight end in the league this season. 69 yards, completely blew it out the water, had a massive game with the Colts there. They're playing phenomenally, by the way. And I fully expect TJ Hawkinson, he's on the level of Warren. He doesn't get as much usage as Warren, but he has been lately because Carson Wentz feeds the tight end position. So we're taking TJ Hawkinson over 24.5. I'm taking that 7 out of 7 days of the week. I think that's very, very low, and we're locking that one in. Next, we're taking Justin Jefferson here over 64.5. Now, his normal line set at like 81.5. I do think that one's a little bit more risky. He could still very well get that done, but we want to make it a little safer. So this is a goblin play over on Prizepicks. And when you sign up for Prizepicks with code FFAPE and you play $5, you get $50 instantly. And on top of that, send me the proof to the number below that you deposited, and I will send you a free month of premium plays so you can get in for absolutely nothing, just for signing up for an app that you're going to use anyway and gamble on. And you can go ahead and you can smash with us every single week for a whole 30 days just by signing up for Prizepicks with code FFAPE. Get your $50 when you play 5. Now, like I was saying, we love him, 64.5, especially on Prizepicks. He's a goblin. He's gone over this line in 5 of his last 5 games. The only game he didn't go over was week 1 against the Chicago Bears, when all of the real true alphas are still kind of easing into the season, because you got to remember a lot of them don't play preseason games. And this year there was only 3 preseason games, so he was still warming up that week. If you scroll down, I know that it says the Vikings rank 7th in the NFL, but they haven't really done anything to deserve that, in my opinion, because Deebo Samuel, 96 yards. Luke McCaffrey, 50 yards. Jalen Waddle, 95 yards. And he was the one, remember, because Tyreek Hill's out. Malik Washington, 22 yards, clearing his line. Alec Pierce, 98 yards. Michael Pittman, 58 yards. If you don't think that Justin Jefferson is going to go over 64.5, when all of these guys that are not as good as him, not the number 1 wide receiver in the NFL, have all went over. I know that Carson Wentz is the quarterback, but Carson Wentz still had success last week against the Philadelphia Eagles. He still had passing yards. Justin Jefferson had 79 yards in that game. I think Jordan Addison had over 100. So the offense does have success with Carson Wentz. He just makes a ton of mistakes down in the red zone. They basically gave that game to the Eagles. But as far as yards go, they get it done every single week. So I'm taking Justin Jefferson here for 64.5. That Green Goblin's amazing, and it's so much safer than that 80.5, because, like I said, he might get right there and not pass it, because he's only going over that 81.5 2 games, and that was against Pittsburgh and the Cleveland Browns, where they won this game against Cleveland and then lost this game against Pittsburgh. So it's a dicey play, taking that 81. I don't love that line, so we're knocking it down here. 64.5, Justin Jefferson. And now for our 2-man touchdown play, we're taking TJ Hawkinson. I know I always go with tight ends, but I absolutely love the tight end. I love him in this spot. I don't always go with tight ends if it's not there, but it's there. The Chargers rank 23rd in the NFL against tight ends to score a touchdown. On top of that, Carson Wentz has been leaning on him. He only has 2 in his last 10, only 1 touchdown this season, but that touchdown that got taken away against Philadelphia was a catch. I think he's going to want revenge. I think they're going to find him again, get him a touchdown, score in the red zone with TJ Hawkinson. And I love plus 300 all day long, but we're not done there, because we're pairing that up. This is a 2-man touchdown parlay for you guys for Thursday Night Football. Player number 1 being TJ Hawkinson. I think he's going to have great success on Thursday. And as much as I wanted to take a tight end from the Chargers, we're just not going to do it, because I think Quentin Johnson here is going to torch, leave in the dust, one of the quarterbacks on the Minnesota Vikings. I think he's going to beat someone deep. I think Herbert's going to hit him deep, and I think he's going to get into the end zone. So I'm taking our 2-man here is Quentin Johnston, TJ Hawkinson, to get into the end zone all day long on Thursday Night Football. That's the touchdown parlay. And I forgot to say something earlier. So before we get to the Sportsbook play of the day, I have to thank you guys. I just noticed, stupid me, wasn't paying attention. I noticed it, but then I forgot about it. We hit 5,000 subscribers on the channel, which is absolutely massive. And I'm going to do a giveaway. If this video gets to 350 likes, one of you will get all of the profits that I put on the Sportsbook play of the day. And I'm going to put $500 on it this time, not 100. If you guys were here like a month ago, I was doing $100 plays of the day. Someone that liked the video, shared the video, commented below, got all the profits from that $100 bet, typically doubling our money. This one, because we hit 5,000 subscribers, because it's Thursday Night Football and we absolutely hammered it last week. I'm going to put $500 on this free play for you guys. And when it cashes, one of you that comments, likes, and shares, when this video gets 350 likes, will get all of the profits, which will be about $500 or more. So make sure you're hammering that like button. Make sure you're commenting below. Make sure you're sharing this with a friend. Don't be greedy. And let's cash out. Here's the Sportsbook play of the day for Thursday night football. And here it is. While the entire public is going with the Chargers money line, we are going to take Vikings with a touchdown. I think they keep this close. Give me Vikings plus 7.5. And now the entire public is also on the over at 44.5. I do think that there's going to be a lot of points in this game. I do think that they're going to be scoring touchdowns. They might hit that over. I think the public might be right with that one, but we're going to play it safe. Over 36.5. And let me tell you another reason why I love Minnesota at this plus 7.5. As bad as Carson Wentz was, they still had a number of opportunities last week to win the game. For the second straight week, I don't really understand why the Chargers are favored. Their offensive line is down to third and fourth strings. They no longer have a running game. The Vikings have a very, very solid defense. Getting the hook here is key, even though my number makes Minnesota a 1-point favorite when I run my simulations. We'll ride with purple again this week. We're going to turn it into green. I also think Carson Wentz show, this is probably his final time. And even though he's coming off this worst game of 2025, I think he's going to perform here. Like I said, the Chargers defense has caught some big, massive breaks in their matchups. They had Xavier Worthy go down immediately in week 1. They got Jackson Dart's debut, who actually showed up and showed out. I love Jackson Dart. Last week, they fell apart against a strong Colts offense, but it was the third straight game allowing 27-plus points and at least 3 offensive touchdowns, with one coming against a broken Miami offense. I see the Vikings putting up points here, and I'm getting a cover at the very least. If they don't win the game, they're definitely not losing by a touchdown. The Chargers can't run the ball. They're unreliable. We're going with the Vikings plus 7.5. I honestly love their normal line here of plus 3.5. I think they can get a cover with that as well, but we're all about safety. I'm going to cash this one for you guys because when I put $500 on here, one of you will get $400. That's not enough. $500 to $396. That's simply not enough for you guys. I want one of you to win at least $500. So we're going to add one more line that I absolutely love. Let's see what we can cook up live on the screen because I didn't check the odds like that before I picked the play. I mean, I knew the odds, but I didn't type in the 500 to see what one of you guys could win. And I kind of thought that up on the fly in this video. So I will add Justin Herbert to get 200 yards. I think that's an almost guarantee at this point. $565 to one of you that likes, comments, shares, do it multiple times. Keep smashing that like button even though you can only do it once. One of you will get $565. And on top of that, we're locking this in on ONYX. When you lock in on ONYX, when you sign up for ONYX with code FFAPE, you get $15 without even depositing. But when you deposit $10, you get a free $100 and a cherry on top from me to you to say thank you once again. You'll get a free month of premium. 30 free days for just signing up, getting a free $15. Depositing $10, getting a free $100 is insane. You're going to do it anyway, but I want you guys to eat with me all month long. And then on top of that, you can get 60 days because don't forget, Prizepicks, code FFAPE. And you play 5, get 50. That's what we have in store for Thursday Night Football. Sunday is going to be the biggest day of the season. Thursday Night Football last week is going to be pale in comparison to what we cook up on Sunday, tight end day. I could not be more excited. I cannot wait to cash out with you guys. So hop over there. Remember, 20 slots with code tight end on the week pass, and you get $100 off. I'm limiting this one-time only deal. Hop in, cash out. I'll see you in the next free play video. We got NBA, NHL, MLB. Tomorrow is game, or Friday. I'm recording this like it's Thursday. Tomorrow, Friday, is game 1 of the World Series. And then we have NHL, college football. There's no better time to be alive. There's no better time to be subscribed. Thank you guys for all your time. I'll see you in the next one. Let's get 10,000 subs so I can put $1,000 on a play and send it to one of you guys that comments below. Let's keep cooking this channel. Let's keep climbing to the top. We got the best sports betting community on the internet, and we're just getting started. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me. I'll keep doing my best for you, and I'll see you in the next free play video.